Hi everybody, I decided to make a video showing where all the best Nuka Cola spawn points are. This could come in helpful if you are using Elianora's Nuka Blaster mod, which uses Nuka Cola as grenades. The first few locations we're going to go over are pretty easy to come by, but I think they're worth mentioning. This one is in Concord, the first house on your right when you enter the city. Inside the refrigerator on the bottom floor there is a Nuka Cola Quantum. This house has probably the best spawn time of anywhere else I've seen in the game. You can come here almost every day to restock on your Nuka Cola. Upstairs you can go to the windowsill here. It's a little bit easier to miss, but there is a Nuka Cola sitting on the window pane. Sometimes I've noticed this to be a Nuka Cola cherry. Once you've gone through this house, looted everything you can either continue through Concord towards the Museum of Freedom and then turn towards the east. Or you can go around the houses as you see myself doing here until you reach this clearing where there are a bunch of broken down cars. You'll come across any number of different possible encounters. Some of them are vendors, some of them are just random encounters. If you look on the mini-map, you can see we're right along this road east of the Museum of Freedom. From this location, simply head south towards this grouping of trees. There is a shopping cart located here, and you'll find two Nuka Cola sitting at the bottom. Once you pick something up out of this shopping cart, everything's going to clip and fall out. You might lose a couple things, but it is full of groceries. There's a Nuka Cola cherry on one side of the cart. Go around to the other, and you'll find a Nuka Cola. Once you've taken everything from here, you can either travel south from the location or fast travel to the Drumlin Diner. If you've never been to the Drumlin Diner before, just travel south. Once past here, there is a truck nearby with a Nuka Cola machine sitting on top of it. And inside, you're going to come across some leveled loot. By that I mean the higher level you are, the better Nuka Cola you're going to find. Starting out, you might find a Nuka Cola, maybe two. The higher you get, you're going to start finding more Nuka Cola Quantum and Nuka Cola Cherry. Continue to head south from that location, past the house and past the train wreckage. Once you get to the train wreckage, continue to follow the tracks underneath this overpass. Once you come out from underneath the overpass, turn towards the east where you'll be facing Corvega Assembly Plant. That's how you'll know where you're in the right place. Looking at the mini-map, you can zoom in and notice that we're west of Corvega, right next to this tiny little body of water. Across the street from this body of water, there is a broken down house, which you'll see as soon as I close it out right here. Inside there are going to be some rad roaches, but those guys are generally pretty easy to kill anyway. Take them all out, go across this tiny bridge of wooden planks and take whatever else you need. Kill the rest of the rad roaches, and then look on top of this air duct. There will be a line of bottles with amongst them are going to be included a Nuka Cola Quantum on one side and a Nuka Cola on the other. You can shoot these bottles down, but if you do that, you run the risk of losing sight of where they went. So I prefer to go over to the wooden planks and just jump for the bottles that you're trying to grab. Once you've collected all of this here, you can collect everything else. There's going to be some wine and beer and whatnot, but we're going to go to ArcJet Systems, which is one of the first locations you discover working on the Brotherhood of Steel quests. Once you travel here, we're going to follow the road towards the west, where we're going to see Shelt Propane. Take out the raider or two that are going to be camping out here, and then go inside. And here you'll find another leveled Nuka Cola machine. Again, that just means that the higher level you are, the better the loot's going to be. This one's got a pretty decent spawn time, although it's been a bit touchy the higher level I've been getting. I think it's maybe somehow played out or maybe a glitch. If you continue going west towards the Federal Ration stockpile or travel there, there's a couple of Nuka Cola to be taken from inside. Now for this location, the first time around, you're going to have to clear the entire area 100%. And no matter how many times you go, there's always going to be some resistance right outside. So you're going to have to take out all these raiders and a couple of turrets. I'm just going to skip through it all. The first time around, again, you got to clear out this entire place. But after that, take out the turret, take out a couple of raiders in the first room, and then just go into the second room where you got your Nuka Cola. I've always noticed Nuka Cola Quantum in here, so it's pretty good loot to take. There's a lot of other stuff inside too, of course. Lots of food, lots of supplies if you want to craft anything. But more importantly, look in the back of the corner of the first room, and there's going to be a fat man in there. The next location is really easy once we've discovered it. It's Park Street Station. You do have to travel through the commons to discover and unlock the location, so you will have to fight some super mutants and raiders and whatnot. But once you've unlocked it, simply fast travel here, and the Nuka Cola machine is right in front of you. The only downside of this is that it doesn't give you very much as far as loot. You'll get 1 or 2 bottles, and they're usually just Nuka Cola. Next one we're looking at is Poseidon Energy Turbine number 18 Foxtrot. This is a bit north of Bunker Hill, nearby the Irish Pride Industries shipyard. This one is another easy one to get to. Once you fast travel here, you just walk in. You may come across a little bit of resistance in the form of insects when you first enter this room. But if you look here, there is a Nuka Cola machine which has a pretty decent spawn time and equally decent loot, although it is a little hit and miss there. I will warn you to be careful when you exit this building, because sometimes you will get ambushed by Mirelurks, so be prepared for that. This also leads us into our second location in the same area, West Everett Estates. This is a super mutant camp. If you fast travel to the turbine and go upon this hill, you can snipe quite a few of them if you have a scoped weapon. Once you've cleared it out, it's got quite a bit of loot to be taken. Go into this last house on the left, and there's going to be a Nuka Cola and a Nuka Cola Quantum inside the kitchen. There's lots of other stuff to be taken out of here too. Don't forget to grab up all the food if you like to craft your own aid items. Adjoining to this house, there is a bunker. Go inside the shed, and in the bunker, first thing you'll find is on the table another Nuka Cola Quantum. Of course, there's lots of other stuff, as always. There's a couple of hazmat suits, so don't forget to pick those up, and quite a few chems. The last house on the right, same road, is going to have a Nuka Cola machine somebody was working on in one of the back bedrooms. Go into this back bedroom, you'll notice the machine to your right, and on the desk there's going to be a Nuka Cola, a Molotov cocktail, and an oil can, so be sure to loot all that up. The last location that we're going to look in for this campment will be the very first house on your right when you enter. It's going to be a Nuka Cola sitting inside the fridge of the kitchen in here. Now, considering everything that you got, it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to deal with all the super mutants. But if you're just trying to restock for whatever reason, I mean, might as well grab everything you can. Next one we're going to look at is one of my favorites. It is the Cambridge Campus Diner. Once you've unlocked it, just fast travel there and then go around this diner to the back end. About 50% of the time you're going to come across a mob waiting for you, but it's not necessarily going to be the case every time. But there is a Nuka Cola machine that is also leveled. It's got a great respawn time. It's also got great loot inside, so it's worth the fight that you're going to have to go through to get it. But again, it's a real quick one to get to. That's one of my favorites, just for how often you can go there. Nearby this, if you were to turn directly around when you fast travel to the campus diner, there is a Mirelurk nest nearby. It's between the administration building, the police station, and the diner. So if you look over here, you can see the police station from where we're at. You'll notice this milk vending machine is kind of a marker, and there's a big hole here. Take out the Mirelurk, take out its eggs, and inside there is another leveled machine. The payout of it generally stays a little lower than the others, so it's more Nuka Cola and Nuka Cola Cherry that you find here. You won't find Quantum as often. Now we're going to fast travel to Bunker Hill. There's a Charleston Laundry nearby. Exit the city and head south until you come across this plaza with an anchor in the center of it. There's a building with a green sign that says laundry, dry cleaning. Sorry, this is the laundromat that we're looking for. And inside, you're going to find quite a bit of loot, including a magazine. So pick that up for a new hairstyle. And then lockpick this novice level door towards the manager's office. Once you get in, there's a Nuka Cola Quantum sitting on the desk. There's also quite a few different chemicals in here, like rat poison, soap for oil, and antifreeze, to come in handy if you like to make your own chems. Another area nearby Bunker Hill is the drug den. This one is along the edge of the water on the north end of it. So go outside the city, travel along the pier, and you're going to notice these 3 buildings. The one on the end is where we're trying to get to. This one in the middle is going to be your bridge, and here, where you will come across a raider standing guard, is the drug den by this red door. Inside, you're going to come across 2 raiders and a lot of chems that they are presumably getting high off of, but it's a really easy one to clear out. So just clear those 2 raiders out, go to the top floor, and then get a running start from here. Use that building as your bridge over to the next. Running start again, and inside you're going to turn over to this locked door. There's a Nuka Cola sitting on an end table here. And then you can pick that door for some more loot inside. Now towards the Museum of Witchcraft in the northeast corner of the map. This one, you don't have to go very far at all. If you've discovered the location, just fast travel there and go to the first house on your right. Inside this broken down house, there is 3 Nuka Cola, sometimes Nuka Cola Cherry, sitting on this counter. Now be careful when you go into this, because if you go inside this kitchen, you can get stuck. So make sure that you clear out any enemies before you go in. This way, if you have to fast travel away, you can. Now we're going to fast travel to Vault 81. This one is a farmer's stand, or maybe a farmer's market that was nearby. Once we fast travel, turn around and head north along the edge of the rocks. You're going to see this stand, and over here is this Nuka Cola machine. Oftentimes the Nuka Cola is going to be sprawled out on the ground. It's also a leveled machine, so it's got decent loot. But for whatever reason, it doesn't always appear inside the machine when you arrive. Next one is south of Cabot House. We're going to the Boston Bugle building. We're going to fast travel to this location, or just travel south from Cabot House if you haven't unlocked it yet. Once you're here, turn around. There's a Nuka Cola machine buried in this junk, and it's got a decent amount of loot inside. It's another one that doesn't generally have very high level. I mean, by that I mean Nuka Cola Quantum, but you usually find a few cherries inside. Don't go away yet, but because there is going to be one inside the Boston Bugle building. Take the elevator up and take out this Protectron Guardian that's standing guard in there. And then on the table in the corner, there is going to be a Nuka Cola Cherry. Next one that we're going to look at is Breakheart Banks. If you know where the slog is, it is northwest of there. And one of the first missions you get when you're helping out the slog is to come out here and clear this place out. So it isn't a super mutant area, super mutant encampment. Take them out. If you travel by foot, you'll come across this guard post first, and there's Nuka Cola Quantum in there. If you fast travel to the location instead, you'll come out a little bit farther out than where I'm at right here. And there's a Nuka Cola machine with, if you get into a fight with the mutants first, it might get knocked out of the machine and be on the ground here. Let's see, the next location we're going to is nearby the East Boston Police Station garage. This one's a little weird to find. Fast travel to East Boston Police Station, and then go around the buildings until you see this Nuka machine. Go inside of this garage, and there's going to be quite a few boxes to loot. A lot of stuff to get in here. But upstairs there are 2 Nuka Cola. The first one you can simply grab. The second one that is laying next to the box that we see right here is glitched somehow. You can't pick it up, but if you drop a grenade here and then come back for it, the grenade will knock it out and you can pick it up from there. Now, if we stick around this same area and go a little bit to the northeast of where we're at, follow the roads. You're going to come across a Drumlin Diner nearby. And inside, it's got some junk in here. If you need anything, any supplies for crafting, come in and grab it. But over behind the counter, there are going to be 2 Nuka Colas sitting in here. And the next one, where are we going next? Let's see. Yes, the Cambridge Red Rocket Truck Stop. This one's also nearby the police station. You can fast travel to Cambridge and turn, I believe it's south from there, but what I usually do is I fast travel to the Kendrick Hospital. You're going to get attacked by a few insects once you fast travel there. Just travel alongside the edge of the building until you come across this Red Rocket stop. There's going to be a mob of some kind in there. It took me a little longer to clear out simply because I got attacked by 2 mobs at once. But anyway, once you clear this out, go inside and there's a Nuka Cola machine in here as well, which is pretty well leveled. I get at least 1 or 2 Nuka Cola Quantums out of this thing every time I travel to it. Now, let's see. After you've gotten the Nuka Cola from here, I believe we have another location that I saved for y'all. Oh yes, the Makra fish packing plant. This one is towards the northeast corner of the map as well. It's swarming with Institute synths though, so if you're not friendly with them, you're going to have to fight your way in. Once inside, go to the right underneath this stairwell. And there's a Nuka Cola and a bottle of Radex that you can take. Take those and then go inside this truck in the middle of the road. Kill the synth. There's a Nuka Cola Quantum sitting inside this box here. We're almost through all of these, I think. Next we have Somerville Place Rest Stop. If you fast travel to Somerville Place, which is towards the bottom of the map, simply turn north past this statue, and then you'll come across this rest stop with a Nuka Cola machine in it. It's generally low level, usually just Nuka Cola. Every now and then a Nuka Cola cherry, so you decide if you want to go this extra mile for this one. Killed a few insects that are around here. Be careful for them because there are quite a few stingwings. And then from here, we can either continue traveling towards the northwest or fast travel to the Robotics Pioneer Park. Now this one's swarming with ghouls, but they're not the real trouble here. There is a Deathclaw sitting inside one of the back houses. So if you want to run the risk of fighting that one, you can go towards the center of that lake that is over here and snipe him from a distance. He won't cross the water for whatever reason, so just go to that tree and then pick him off. The rest of these guys shouldn't be too difficult so long as you're ready for them. They are just feral ghouls, but there are quite a bit of them. That should take care of all of the Nuka Cola locations I was able to come up with. I go through these and collect them just for the sake that I'm a role player. I have an entire machine full of ice cold Nuka Cola, a separate machine full of ice cold when it's stout. For those of you who are modders or use mods, Elianora's Nuka Blaster mod looks really awesome. I'm on PS4, so I can't use it, but as I understand, Nuka Cola are the ammunition for the gun, as well as for grenades that you can craft with it. If you found this useful, give me a like. I'm not going to suggest subscription since I don't put out too many videos, but I hope you all enjoy your Fallout experience and have a great time.